Like many of you, I was really excited when we got the trailer for Khvostov's 7G-0X and thought it was pretty interesting to see what the weapon will be able to do with the whole ricochet every 7th round of the magazine. Because this is not a weapon that has ever been in D2. We actually saw it twice in D1. It was the first gun you get when you launch the game and create a character in D1, and then they introduced it as an exotic later on. But what was a letdown in that trailer was the fact that they did not confirm whether or not it would be craftable. And I know a lot of people want to know as if it will be craftable. I think it will, and I'm going to show you why. The next time we actually see this Khvostov was during their Vidoc Part 2. During this Vidoc, they actually talk about the development of the weapon. They wanted to have 7, the number 7, as many times throughout the stats. Just kind of the weapon just revolve around the number 7, which was really kind of a neat philosophy to actually have for a weapon. And as they were kind of talking about it and showing off the weapon and the inspection screen for the weapon and showing the 5 weapon perks that this weapon will have, the Khvostov will have, it immediately popped in my head, yep, this weapon will be craftable. We have not had any exotic weapons that are not craftable have more than 4 weapon perk slots on a gun. All exotic craftable weapons have at least 5, except for the exotic glaives. Some of them even had 6. So as we take a look here at a few different exotics that are craftable, Dead Man's Tale has 5 weapon perks. You also have Revision Zero that has 6 weapon perks with 1 selectable. And then you have the first exotic craftable weapon that we ever got, Osteostriga, with 5 weapon perks. Now all exotic weapons that are not craftable have 4 or less. Most of them have 4. You can see here one of the OGs, the Huckleberry, only has 4. And even a more recent one that is not craftable, Conditional Finality, only has 4. But what's interesting is if you look at Outbreak Perfected, the most recent one from the 0 Hour mission, this one has 6 and it has a weapon level as it's craftable, right? You need to have a weapon level so you can pick your different weapon perks when you go to craft it. What's interesting is this is a craftable version. Upon completing the 0 Hour mission, you actually get an Outbreak Perfected, which only has 5 weapon perks, and I believe this is meant to be the base version of the Outbreak Perfected. Since we can no longer pull it from collections and I don't have my OG one, this is the one that does drop at the end of the 0 Hour mission. And I believe the one that they have been showing off is very similar to this version. The one that doesn't have a weapon level. It does not have a weapon level mod slot or upgrade slot. It just has the 5 base weapon perks. So there you go. That is why I think we will be able to craft the Khvostov 7G-0X. And the interesting thing is typically we do get about 4 different weapon perks that we can pick from that are tied to some quest every week. Kind of like how Outbreak Perfected has Rewind Rounds or Head Seeker. I would be curious to see what Khvostov will have other than Shoot to Loot, because I think that'll be the one that we will be able to select off of and pick between 3 other weapon perks. So there you go. That are my thoughts as far as being able to craft Khvostov, and I believe we will be able to do that. I'm just going to be more curious to see what the other weapon perks we're going to be able to select from. If we are not able to craft Khvostov, this would be a big deviation away from what exotic weapons traditionally have been. So I would imagine we will be able to craft this. Alrighty, take care.